6, spinning this time. Alright, good evening everyone, and welcome to another night of On the Pole. Racing here at Flicker Farm TV. Welcome, making sure we got all sound and everything working. As we're in the middle of qualifying right now. You're looking there at the 3 Portsmouth.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the Cannonball iRacing series.
Now we're getting set to rock and roll here tonight. Minute 30 left to qualify. Looks like everyone but 2 has qualified. So it looks like Blackwell's might be starting on pole tonight here at Richmond Raceway. We got a couple minutes seconds here as we get set to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and bring up the points so as we get started. This is your start or your points here for tonight. The 3 in yellow are the ones waiting to move on. The 3 in red are in danger. So don't pay attention to that. This is wrong. I'm going to fix this right now. I see a red one there. It shouldn't be there. A couple red ones that shouldn't be there. On the tower. Grid is coming up here in just a second. All right, so here we go. The grid coming to you live here from Richmond. On pole is Noah Blackwell. Wyatt Thompson there in second. Zachary Taylor there in third. Merrick Watchorn fourth. Rooster Roden in fifth. Kendorian Davis will roll off tonight in sixth with Maurice Chameleon in seventh. Aaron Raymond there in eighth. Gary Wells in ninth. John Graham will roll off in 10th. James Wertzma there in 11th. Benjamin Bushnell in 12th. In 13th tonight is Jack Stanley. Patrick Hernandez in 14th. And Tyler Helms will roll off tonight in 15th. Those are your top drivers. We get set to rock and roll here tonight. So as you saw on the points table, it is very, very tight. There for those trade-off positions. Wait, no, I need running brake. Getting ready for the start. Green flags in the air. They're down and away. Here we go tonight. And Blackwell tries to get out there to the lead. Down here through the corner. We're around here tonight. Looking really good so far. Each driver really wanting to put on what they can here to try to work themselves into the top 3 of the we got them coming here around the corners, looking really good, as we said. Each driver putting on quite a show. Trying to, as we said there, we got 3. Sorry, I have one thing that I didn't quite have all up to snuff here. That's what I'm on the background here trying to get taken care of, make sure everything's running right. We're here with racing action from Richmond. Battle going on there for 3rd and 4th between Raymond and Thompson, as Thompson's there on the bottom side of the racetrack, working here off the corner. Head on out here. Let's see, do we have our SDK working? Come on now, be nice. There we go, SDK working, great job. Now we see them coming around here. Blackwell out there in the lead. Watchorn in second. Watchorn, one of the playoff drivers. Raymond there in 3rd. Thompson there 4th. Rooster Roden there in 5th. Condorian Davis there in 6th. And there you see Davis. He's underneath that cut line along with Gamillion. He try to battle it out here. Bushdell, he's hanging on to the top 3 in points right now. Now it is the round of 2 in the round of race number 2 in the round of 6 as you're on board here with Wyatt Thompson down there through the backstretch. Working down here out of the corner. Drivers all single file at the moment as they run here out of turn number 4. Down here in the corner number 1, little bit of not a whole lot of gap there between Watchorn and Blackwell. And they come back out of here. Watchorn back to the lead here tonight. Aaron Raymond, he's looking here to the inside of Blackwell. Now, Xfinity cars here for the Cannonball iRacing series. Work down here through turn 1 and 2. Up into the backstretch. Raymond not giving up as he dives it back in there to the bottom side once again. Here as they work off of turn number 4, back out on that front stretch. Here in the Midnight Lighting, 150 for the Cannonball iRacing Series. A driver trying to find out where they need to be to get that momentum to try to get up there to battle Watchorn. Watchorn been strong all season long. Up there in front of the leaderboard and in points. Blackwell there in second. Raymond there in third. Thompson fourth. Roden fifth. Check on the back here. There you see Stanley in the number 95. He got behind him John Graham and at number 96, I believe. Running that 6 machine here tonight for John Graham. Tyler Helms not out on the raceway. There's James Wertzman in the 3. Now looks like Blackhorn or Raymond's going to go and get by Blackhorn up here for second. Blackwell's going to hang on to third. So I might call him Blackhorn, but it's Blackwell. Blackwell down there in the third. Thompson there sitting in fourth. Raymond moves himself up into second place. Lap 18 of the 200 for the distance here tonight. He drive it, hang here out of 2, back down through the back stretch. Watchorn is your leader. You're looking there at Blackwell as he comes down there into corner number 3. On board with him here as he comes off of 4. Driving that number 18 here tonight. Had to work there off the corner. Down to the back stretch in the corner number 3. Watchorn, your leader. We're working here at Blackwell. He runs there through off of the corner. Now we're back here with Thompson. And behind Thompson is Rooster Roden. Roden just trying to bide his time here tonight. Try to stay above the cut line. Davis, Chameleon, trying to hang on to it. They work down there off of turn number 2. Back down that back straightaway. Watchorn, your leader. Raymond second. Blackwell third. And it's been a strong season here at Cannonball iRacing Series. Now it's said Watchorn really putting on a show here this season. Drivers having a hard time catching them in some race and some aspects. Raymond there in second, Blackwell there in third. As you're now on board with Rooster Roden coming there off of turn number 4. Now as they work down here in the corner number 1. There you see Roden up there on the hot side. Looks like Thompson's trying to gain on Blackwell. They're in that 4th position, lap 26 of the 200. So an 1/8 of the race completed. There for the Midnight Lighting 150. As they work down here in the corner number 1 and 2. There goes Thompson trying to get that nose underneath the Blackwell. Can't quite make that happen. Head down here in the corner number 3. Thompson's getting there, but just has not had enough of the momentum to carry him through to get that nose buried underneath a Blackwell to try to make something happen. But we got drivers back here. Looks like Wells and that number 87 is looking to try to make a pass on the 44 of Maurice Chameleon. Richmond's not one of the easiest track. It's not an easy track, but it's not a hard track either. It's definitely a technical track for these drivers. Definitely got to find your marks and hit your marks. They're heading back down here out of the corner. Looking there as Wells gets to the inside. Can Wells get there? Looking like he might. He's got the nose starting underneath. Okay, let's see there, Raymond, Blackwell. Here's Thompson, Rooster Roden, Condorian Davis, back here, Maurice Chameleon. And this mirror pull of Gary Wells. Gary Wells, oh no, Gary Wells loose. Chasing it down onto the infield. What a save there by the 87. Backed out of it and lost a lot of momentum, but we stay green. Great save there for Gary Wells. Making sure to keep that car underneath him here as they roll off the 2 down the backstretch. Watchhorn out front in that number 91 Twiggy machine. Aaron Raymond, Night Owl, number 6. Noah Blackwell back here in the 18. Thompson there in 4th. Rooster Road and 5th. Condorian Davis. 6th. Maurice Chameleon 7th. Taylor there in 8th. Bushnell in 9th. Gary Wells there in 10th. I see there Maurice Chameleon having a mirror pull now of the 79. Oh no, they touch, they get together, and there goes the 79 up into the outside wall. They're going to back out. They're going to keep it going. As the 79 ends up top into the outside wall. He works to get by Chameleon. Chameleon there now back into 9th. Back behind him is Gary Wells. As Gary Wells tries to chase him down. He's got the 2 of Patrick Hernandez coming up there to his back bumper. You watch the driver work down through the back stretch here. In the corner number 3. Merrick Watchford out there in front. Raymond there 2nd. Blackwell 3rd. Thompson sitting back and forth. Roden there 5th. As I said, the points are very, very tight here tonight. Take another look at it here. As there you see how close that cut line is. And there's 4 drivers trying to fight for it between tonight and next week. After next week, it gets cut to 3. Down to 3, so we'll cut the 6 into 3, so we'll have 2 or 3 rounds of 3. Let me look at that. I'm almost positive it's 3 rounds, but I could be wrong. Could be just 2. Yes, 3 races to finish the season out. Oh wait, that's next year. This year, yeah, 3 races to finish it out. We've got the Twiggy 200, the Mag Real Estate 180, and in the Cannonball iRacing Series season finale. We got to figure out between this week and next week who it's going to be going into the top 3. Caution is out. Taylor has crashed. There we see at 79. Diving down there into the bottom. That is Zachary Taylor. And he works up. He breaks loose. He goes around, locks it up. And ends up coming to a stop there on the raceway. That's going to bring a caution right underneath the flagman at that. Here we go, down into the next corner. Driver taking the pit road. Watchhorn, Raymond, Blackwell, Thompson, Roden out here in the top 5. See who we have here. Good evening there, Maurice. Can you hear me okay? This is Adam Figure in the booth here. We were just curious if you got a race strategy for tonight there in that 44 to try to get yourself up into that top 3 to move on in points.
Not really. I'm trying to survive. Yeah, it's just, I don't think I have a hell of a lot right now. It's just, a rough morning. If I can get people to stop running into me, that would help too.
Well, I know you're only 4 points back off of that cut line. How important what would it mean if you can get above that cut line tonight?
It would be great. That's what we're here for, to try to win more championships. But, it's tough. We've got a lot of stiff competition out here.
We look like we're going to be going green flag next time by, so we'll let you go. Good luck, and hopefully you can try to gain some positions here throughout the night.
All right, thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Oh, Maurice Chameleon there in the 44. Sitting back here in about 9th rate now, coming up here for the restart. So caution number 1 coming to an end. Come on down here into corner number 3 and 4. Watchhorn, your leader. Blackwell up there on the top side. Great restart there by the drivers there behind Watchhorn. Didn't really let Watchhorn get out to a big start. Now they dive down here into corner number 1 and 2, and it looks like there might be a little bit of contact between the 6 and the 18. Now they battle it out down here through the backstretch. The 6 trying to hold down there to the bottom side of the racetrack, which is not easy here at Richmond. From what I've noticed, or from my driving time, oh no, we do have the 55, Benjamin Bushnell, going through the middle of the track down there on the inside. Caution flag is out. The 87 there of Gary Wells involved as well. All right, here we see them battling hard back here. The 18 or the 87 and the 55, Gary Wells and Bushnell, and the 87 gets loose, it looks like, and just tags the 55, sending him down into the infield. As he comes down, ends up loose, gets punted from behind there from the 2. Patrick Hernandez. Trying to go. He got some damage there to the back end of that machine. Bushnell ended up against the inside wall. Oh, there Bushnell. There we try to see where. I heard Benjamin. Gary Wells coming out up pit road. Still got damage on that machine. Or he's coming down pit road, sorry. He's coming in. We watch him here get the pit stop. There we go. Down here through off of the corner. They come. Hey, see Bushnell still there. Wurtzma still down on pit road. We're watching 87 come back to pit road here. Getting ready for the restart. Green flag is out down here through the start. Aaron Raymond trying to get there underneath. Watchorn cannot quite do it, as it looks like the 77 is there with the 18 as they work there off of turn number 4. Watchorn has him earful now of the 6. Can't quite break away from him like he did. Now head down through the backstretch. And then down through here, through the corner, Watchorn still your leader. You got the 6 there of Raymond. Thompson there in the 77, and the 18, not sure where he ended up. He was there. Blackwell ended up going backwards. Here they go, working down here off the corner. Thompson there in third. There's the Raymond. There's the 18 of Blackwell. Ended up falling back, as we said. And the 79 goes around, so is the 87 once again. Gary Wells and Zachary Taylor going around. There we see that 44. Brett's right underneath. Oh, Gamillion ends up right underneath the 79, gets him spun around, and the 87 spun on his own coming there out of the corner. We'll take another quick look at it here. Woo, we wind. Coming there out of the corner. Nobody touches the 87. He just ends up getting loose and slides it right on down through the infield. Tried to get it back up. Doesn't hit nothing. That's a good thing. The only thing damage there might be some tire problems. But for the most part, here at lap number 57 of the 200, these drivers got a couple of them coming to pit lane. These drivers really trying to put on some show. We're getting ready here for the restart. Watchhorn out there in front. Raymond there second. Thompson there third. Rooster, Roden in fourth. Condorian Davis fifth. That's going to round out your top five. Then you got Hernandez back there in sixth. These drivers try to get lined up here. One more lap around from what I can possibly tell. Yeah, one more lap around, then we'll get back to the restart. This is caution number 3, if I'm looking at it right. Third caution. Bushnell down 2 laps. Helms is out. Blackwell out. Everybody else on lead lap. So you got your top 12 here on lead lap. Bushnell down 2. In that Hooters 55. And you see there the drivers really trying to get a hold of a chip, getting a hold of a spot in the playoffs. Bushnell not getting the finish that he was hoping for, as he needs to have a good finish to try to keep up there with these guys. Rooster Roden there in second. It is a tight points race. As we've been talking about it all night here, and hang on to it, the 6 there, Raymond getting loose as he battles Watchhorn up there on the top side. Trying to keep him pinned down there off the corner, up there across the stripe. Raymond's going to lead that lap. Thompson there in third. Watchhorn falling back there in the second. Here as the here on lap 62, they work down through the backstretch. Thompson there third, Rooster Roden there fourth, Condorian Davis here fifth. Patrick Hernandez there sixth with Zachary Taylor in seventh, Gamillion in eighth, Stanley there in ninth, Wells in 10th. Gamillion working there below the 79 of Zachary Taylor. Working there off the corner, that Looney Tunes machine, trying to make some headway. He knows that he needs some points here to try to gain up there into the top of the points board. Very, very, as we said, very, very tight point race between second through sixth. I'm not sure if, Watchhorn's not that far ahead, I guess. Bushnell needed tonight to go and get some points to gain on him. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So he might fall back into the clutches of like Rooster Roden and Condorian Davis, along with Maurice Gamillion. This point race is very tight here in the Cannonball iRacing Series. They're racing Xfinity cars this season. They come here off the corner, up there towards the top. Watchhorn there in second, Thompson there third, Raymond there out front and first. As they work here off, Watchhorn there second, Thompson third, Roden there fourth. Hernandez there in fifth, Condorian Davis there sixth. They work on down through here. Off corner number 4, back across the stripe. Raymond's going to hold on to the lead. Hey, driver slowly work down here back into corner number 1. Thompson there third, Roden fourth. Davis back here in seventh as he's got Zachary Taylor working underneath him here into the corner number 4. Wertzma having issues as he's skated through, end up wrecking. He got damage on the back right corner of that machine as he's now hitting the wall again, up into it once again, trying to keep it underway here. He slides it on through turn 3 and 4. Raymond got his mirror full of Watchhorn. Thompson there in third. Head on down through. As you see, Raymond looking underneath. I'm sorry, no, Watchhorn looking underneath of Raymond. Couldn't quite get there to pull that off yet. Jack Staley having issues as he went off onto the track. Watchhorn still at the bumper of Raymond. Roden back here in fourth. Hernandez there in fifth. Zachary Taylor all over the back of him as he works down here through the backstretch. These drivers doing everything they can to get these cars to the finish here tonight. Head down here into corner number 1 and 2. On to the backstretch. Now you see we got Wertzma on pit road. Eventually, I know right now that pit thing's down there at the bottom of your screen, but eventually it's going to get moved up towards the top, right underneath the top ticker. I just got to find the code once again to get it moved. Working down the back stretch down here in the corner number 3. All right, work here out of 4. You're looking there at Taylor as he sits there in 6th. Hernandez in 5th in that 2. Roden there in 4th. Thompson there in 3rd. Watchhorn did get back around Raymond, getting back the lead. So Raymond knows he can get up there and battle it. Question is can he hold it once he gets there? No sense of pushing too hard right now, though. I mean, you still got over a half a race to go. We're still 25 laps away from halfway. We're going down here in the corner 3 and 4, back out onto the back stretch here after coming through 1 and 2. Caution is out. Wertzma is around. And at number 3. There you see Wertzma there in that 3 machine. Coming there off a corner. Just kicks out up into that outside wall. Oh, man. He saves it, but ends up in the middle of the racetrack. That is going to bring out the caution as he gets slow to get it back rolling again. Working down through here. Pit road for a bunch of drivers. Thompson, Watt, Raymond, Watchhorn, Raymond. Thompson heading off. Hernandez heading off. Taylor heading off. Gamillion's in there. Wells is in there. I did him here coming off. Rooster Roden hanging on to the lead, did not come in for a pit stop. He came in about lap 40, so these other drivers here pitted at lap 79. They're going to have fresh tires, and I think they're going to gobble up Roden. They work down here through the front stretch, down here in the corner, number 3 and 4, I believe. Or is this 1 and 2? They are side by side. We're going to get back green flag racing next time by. They are coming off a 2. Down here in the corner, number 3 and 4, side by side. They're getting ready for the restart. They work here off the corner. Roden will bring them to the flag. I don't think Roden's going to stand a chance with all these drivers behind him with fresh tires. You'll see he'll get a shove there from the 6. Watchhorn can't quite get down here to the bottom side. Has to ride out there on the top side. Roden got that bottom side bottleneck up towards the top side in front of Watchhorn. They work down here. That's going to open the bottom up there for Roden. For Raymond. Roden's going to end up falling back quickly now as he's dropped back to 4th. Caution is out once again. That one's going to be on Gary Wells. And that number 87. Another driver that struggled here tonight. Wells bringing it into his pit stall. We'll see if Roden also will bring it in. He will do so, along with Cadorian Davis. John Graham also coming in. Raymond up there in front. There comes the 55, getting one of the two of his laps back, I believe. Whereas Bushnell back on the lead lap. He might be back on the lead lap this time. I think this is caution number 4 or 5. 5th caution on the night. Lights go out. We're going to be going back. Green flag racing. Next time by here at lap number 89, and we're on 88 right now. Watchorn on the top side, Raymond down there on the bottom side. Pace truck pulls off. Green flag's in the air. We're back going. Here you see Raymond getting up there in front of Watchorn, making a great run there. Down there on the inside comes Thompson as Thompson tries to make a run there. Coming off the corner. Down through that back straightaway, everybody's scrambling for positions as Raymond's up there in the lead. Here comes Thompson. He's going to work that bottom side to get around Watchorn as well as they work down here into corner number 1 and 2. Gamillion up to 5th. Really putting on a show here as he tries to gain as many positions as he can here to try to move himself up into the points. Davis not having quite the night he was looking for, nor is Bushnell. Bushnell got to try to gain some spots. He can be in danger as well in that Looney Tunes number 44. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Gamillion I'm looking at there. Bushnell's in the 55. And Kendorian Davis off track. Caution number 6 comes out. There you see that number 5 there of Kendorian Davis break loose. Coming across the line, coming out of 4. Bring it down there across the start-finish line, down there across, right underneath the flagman of Barney. Lap 93 of the 100. Good evening there, Rooster. How's it going?
What's up, sir? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What do you have in store to try to keep your playoff chances alive through this week and next week?
Go fast, turn left. That's all I got. That's all I got. I did some practice yesterday. Felt pretty good. A little bit more practice today, and it just I don't know what works. It's oblivious to me. I go fast and turn left, and if I am able to do that and keep up with the guys up front, then great. If not, oh well.
I know it's been a great playoff to watch, as the playoff points right now are so tight between the top 6 drivers. It's really anybody's championship still.
Yes, sir, it is. Yeah, I want to say me and the 5 of Cannonball days, I think we're separated by 1 point. So went ahead and got my bonus point for leading the lap, and hopefully I can finish at least 1 position in front of him, hopefully more.
All right, well, good luck to you. We'll see how the points play out after tonight.
Yes, sir, we will.
All right, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, sir. Hopefully it's a good show. Continue on for the rest of the night.
That's Rooster. Oh. Not gonna cooperate. So that's Rooster Roden, our the number 01 out there. That orange car with kind of that graphic down the side. He's sitting right now in 8th. Trying to keep his playoff chances alive. Lap 95 here on the board. They'll be going to take the green flag once again here at lap number 96. A driver is getting ready to start here tonight for another time. At lap number 96, Barner will get that green flag out there down and away. What a great jump there for Raymond on the restart. Thompson now is there almost 3 wide. They decided not to push it there from Taylor as they head down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Watchorn down here on the bottom side of the racetrack. Thompson there up top. Raymond up there in front right now, going down there through turn 3 and 4. Watchorn battling hard with Thompson as they work here off of corner number 4 down here across the stripe. Thompson hangs on to it as they head on down here in the corner number 1 once again. You got that 79 there of Zach Taylor working there in a 3rd spot here off of 4. Great job here by these drivers trying to get every little bit of points they can as they work here out of the corner. 91 of Watchorn down there on the inside is going to try to take that 2nd position here, and so far does so by a nose as they work back down through 1 and 2. Back here off of corner number 2 down that back straightaway. Here comes Taylor down there to the inside into corner number 3 and 4. Got almost a freight train effect coming as, hang on to it. Looked like that 79 almost got a little loose. Wertzma back down having issues. Wells into the pits. Head down here off of 2 down that back straightaway once again. You're looking there at the 77 of Thompson. He runs around there in 3rd. Taylor there in 4th. Here comes that 44 of Gamillion working underneath Roden. He tries to keep his playoff chances alive as well. We see Watchorn all over the back bumper of Raymond. Those 2 drivers really battling it out here tonight. Over halfway done here in the midnight lighting 150 as they head on down through the backstretch down into corner number 3 and 4. We see the Cannonball for the Cannonball iRacing series here tonight. These drivers trying to put on the best show they can. Playoffs are super tight as they work here off the corner. Down through the back straightaway, side by side there you see the 79 of Zachary Taylor working off of the corner. Hernandez there in 5th. Rooster Roden 6th. Gamillion there in 7th. Davis there 8th. Bushnell in 9th. As they work here off. John Graham there in 10th. Lap 103 of the 200 here. Soon to be completed. They work here off of 4. Up across start-finish line. Everybody single file. Roden hanging on to 6th. Gamillion there 7th. Davis up to 8th. Bushnell up to 9th. And we see them working here off of the corner. Hernandez there fifth. Roden there in sixth. Gamillion there seventh. Davis there in eighth. Bushdell ninth. So 4 playoff drivers sitting there. 8th or 6th through 9th. All fighting to try to stay alive here between this week and next week to get into the top 3. They're watching them come down here in the corner number 1 and 2. You got the 5 there, Cadorian Davis, looking underneath Gamillion. Head down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Davis getting there, gets the nose under. Can he hold it? Will do so for now as they head down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Up off of corner 2, down that back straightaway. Davis got the spot over top of Gamillion. Hernandez into number 2. There you see Taylor in that 79 trying to work up a spot there on the 77 of Wyatt Thompson. Head down here out of corner number 4, up across the start-finish line. Raymond has all kind of beer pull of Watchorn. As you see, Watchorn all over his back bumper. Coming there off of turn number 2. Down that back straightaway. Raymond doing all he can to hang on to the lead. And they head here off of turn 4. Little mistake there out of the 6 machine of Raymond. That's going to allow Watchorn to get the nose underneath. Now we see Rooster Road, and he's getting underneath of Hernandez. They come here off the corner. Watchorn now out there to the lead. As the battle rages on here between Raymond and Watchorn. Watchorn being calculated with the lead right now. And come here off of 4. Here comes Raymond once again to the inside. These two battling hard here out front. And now Raymond takes the inside. Hey, Raymond right there at the bumper. Roden going underneath Hernandez. Hernandez falling back a spot. And they work here down into corner number 3. Roden there in 5th with Taylor in 4th. Thompson 3rd. Raymond there 2nd. Watchorn out front. Now Raymond, not a playoff driver, but up here to be a spoiler if he can be. And I'm seeing quite a few spoilers here, and the likes of Thompson, Taylor. There's Roden, who is a playoff driver. There you see Hernandez in the number 2. He is not. But he can definitely get in the way here for some of these guys tonight. Every spot can come back to really bite on the track. I would see Watchorn coming there off the corner. Raymond there right with him. As Thompson back here 3rd, he's got Taylor right there behind him. Taylor trying to get up there. Battling there for 3rd spot, possibly here soon. Now drivers head here out of 4. Roden down there 5th. Hernandez there 6th. Gandorian Davis in 7th. And head off here into the next corner. through off corner number 2. Down that back straightaway, Zachary Taylor. There you see Rooster Roden there in 5th. Patrick Hernandez there 6th. Kadorian Davis in 7th. Benjamin Bushnell there 8th. Maurice Chameleon there 9th. Jack Stanley there 10th. Thompson in 3rd. Taylor there 4th. Rooster Roden 5th. Hernandez back here 6th. Kadorian Davis there 7th. Looking underneath it. They work here off. Caution is out. Aaron Raymond around. Battling hard there for the lead. Raymond goes around. Coming out of turn 4. There you see it just skates on up the racetrack. And they head on down through. Raymond coming here through turn 3 and 4. And just watch that back end as it just kicks on out. And it comes down across the line. Back up onto the racetrack. Almost gets in trouble there. Raymond falling back. Tough break here for Raymond as he's had such a great car here tonight so far. Bushnell is your current leader. He stayed out as everybody else came to pit road. Watt, Thompson, Taylor, Watchorn, Roden. So Bushnell wanting them laps, or them points, for leading a lap. And that's what really keeps this playoff tight, is these bonus points these drivers are able to gain. It helps keep the point race close. I see them coming there off the car number 4. They're coming back, getting in line once again. Bushnell there as your leader. Watchorn got the race off pit road. He's got the 2nd spot. Thompson there 3rd. Hernandez 4th. Taylor will be 5th. Roden back here 6th. Davis back here 7th. Yeah, we said that the points race so tight here as they work through the playoffs. Round number 2 of the round of 6 here tonight. Round number 3, final round next week. And that'll be taking place for the You Made the Transfer 200 at Kentucky Speedway. So we're going to Legacy, Kentucky next week. Should be a fun one there. Hey, driver take off here. Good, looks like they're getting ready. Side by side once again. Getting lined up. Lights are off on that pace truck. They work down through off of the backstretch. At 77 there of Thompson. Sitting in 3rd. Watchorn there 2nd. Bushnell in 1st. Page truck is off. They're coming off the corner 4. They are green flag racing here at lap 125 of the 200 here to complete tonight. Down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Side by side, you got the 91 of Watchorn up there on the top side. And oh man, what a big wreck there. That's going to be one of the playoff contenders. Chameleon going around. The 97 there. Raymond involved. Torn up into pieces coming there out of turn number 2. The green flag here. They come down into corner number 2. The 5 ends up getting into the back of the 79. They end up sideways. The 79 comes up into Raymond. Catches him. And just around he goes. 6 blown up. So Raymond all blown up. The 79 Taylor. Maurice Chameleon involved there. Maurice Chameleon up there on the top side. All that chaos happening down there below him. He thinks he's clear, and all of a sudden the 79 comes up. He thought he was clear, but nope. He gets caught up in it from the rear. And the 79 also ends up getting caught up in it once again. Trouble there for a lot of drivers. A couple playoff contenders as well. Chameleon was a playoff driver coming out of the pits now. Damage on the back end of that machine. See Wertzma out there. Stanley in the pits. Raymond in the pits getting work done as that car was blown up. Chameleon back in. He's in the pits. Stanley's in the pits. Chameleon's in the pits. Looks like Chameleon might be on his way out here shortly. We'll see. Chameleon is out on track. He is coming up here to the back of the pack. Lights are out. We're going back. Green flag racing next time by. Stanley still in the pits. Raymond, as we said, still in the pits. There we go. Green flag will be in the air. Here comes a Watchhorn. He's got Hernandez there behind him. Next playoff driver is Roden up there in a 4th. Head down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Wertzma lap down now. Stanley lap down. Chameleon trying to keep his playoff chances alive. Down here in the corner number 1 and 2. I'm sorry, no, 3 and 4 rather. Off of 4, down here across the stripe. Down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Watchhorn out there. Thompson out there in 2nd. Roden there 3rd. Hernandez there in 4th. Graham in 5th. Davis there 6th. Maurice Chameleon there 7th. Bushnell in 8th. Here they head off down here. You're looking there at Bushnell heading off the bottom of the corner. Up there towards the top side. Chameleon into the outside wall there as they exit there off of 2. I'm sorry, off of 4. Coming into 2. Chameleon down there on the bottom side. Got to try to keep it down off of the corner. Don't want to hit that wall again. Thompson down there in 2nd with Watchhorn up there in front. Rooster Roden there 3rd. Here comes Hernandez there in 4th. Graham there 5th. Condorian Davis there 6th. Chameleon there 7th. Bushnell in 8th. They head on down here out of the corner. These drivers doing everything they can. Keeping the playoff likes alive. Hey, see him coming off there. Maurice Chameleon back here in 7th. Thompson there 2nd. Rooster Roden there 3rd. Patrick Hernandez there 4th. John Graham there 5th. Condorian Davis there 6th. Maurice Chameleon in 7th. Benjamin Bushnell there in 8th as they head on down through here. Coming on off the corner. As Patrick Hernandez there 4th. John Graham there 5th. Condorian Davis there 6th. Maurice Chameleon there 7th. Benjamin Bushnell in 8th. Coming here off the corner. These drivers doing everything they can. John Graham there in 5th. Kendorian Davis there 6th. Maurice Cabellion there 7th. Benjamin Bushnell there in 8th. Off the corner, Rooster Road in 3rd. Here at lap 136, Watchorn out front, Thompson 2nd. Hernandez there 4th, Graham in 5th. Kendorian Davis there 6th, Gamillion there in 7th. Bushnell in 8th. Raymond down there in 10th. Trying to just get something accomplished here. He's 3 laps down. Got a few drivers out now. Back here toward the back. That lights up Zachary Taylor, Gary Wells, Noah Blackwell, and Taylor Helms. Here you see Stanley still sitting on pit road as there comes Raymond across the line. Wurtzbach coming across the line. Here comes Merrick Watchorn up across the line now. Here they come out of 4. These drivers all single file. Look out though. Here comes Davis looking to the inside of Graham. And they head down here into corner number 1 and 2. John Graham and Kendorian Davis battling side by side. They're side by side here at lap 140. Watchorn as your leader. Thompson there 2nd. Roden there in 3rd. Hernandez there 4th. Davis there in 5th. Graham in 6th. As Davis still trying to battle it out there with them down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Off up corner number 2 out onto that backstretch. Graham still hanging strong on that top side. Davis trying all he can. Wurtzma off track. Hey, back on track there. You see him there at lap 142. Lap down there in 9th. Now we see Davis up there in the 5th. Gamillion there in 7th. Bushnell in 8th. Again, I don't think this is the race Bushnell was wanting tonight. In that 8th position right now, in that 55 Husky machine. He's 2nd in points before coming into tonight. We're kind of curious to know what type of effect the points will have at the end of this. Watchorn is out front, leading the race right now. Leading the points also as well. Thompson there 2nd, Roden there in 3rd. Hernandez there 4th, Davis there in 5th. Ahead here off a corner, number 4, back across the stripe. Watchorn your leader. Thompson 2nd, Roden 3rd. Hernandez 4th. I got Davis there in 5th, and run on out here. Lap 146, Watchorn out there on top. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in here tonight to Fleeger Farm TV to watch the Cannonball iRacing Series, the Midnight Lighting 150 here with Merrick Watchorn out front. Wyatt Thompson there 2nd, Roden there in 3rd, Hernandez 4th, Davis there 5th, Graham there 6th, Maurice Camillion 7th, Bushnell there in 8th. Everybody else is a lap down. They're either a lap down or out of this race. Coming up here off of 4 to lap 149. Lap 149 of 200 on the board. Hernandez there in fourth. Davis there in fifth. Graham hanging there in sixth. And Maurice Chameleon gets around him. He's going to get around two of them. He gets up there. He's going to try to get, well, no, he's not up there to Davis yet. But he's got around Graham and Bushnell. Bushnell all over the back bumper. He tried to work around Graham. And down there on the bottom side here, Watchorn made lap 150 tick onto the board. We are now 50 laps to go here in the Midnight Lighting 150. Graham, Chameleon, and Bushnell all battle it out back here. 6th through 8th. Chameleon hanging on to 7th. Davis up there in 5th. Lap machines involved. We're going to go ahead and put up the track map now so you all can kind of make out where your drivers are at on the racetrack. As the Watchorn is out front. The 6 of Raymond almost is going to be in jeopardy of going a lap down. Thompson out there in second. And I guess Raymond's already a couple laps down. And he's 3 laps, so is Wertzma. Hey, driver battle it down here in the corner number 1. Watchorn coming through turn 4. Condorian Davis tries to get down here into the next corner. And I'm looking to see where our battles are. And it looks like here we got the 2 of Hernandez. And there's the 95, the lap down machine of Jack Stanley. Working there off of the corner, down looking to the inside of Hernandez. Slides up through the corner. Hernandez there in that number 2, sitting in 5th. Watchorn works down the backstretch. Here comes Thompson. Rooster Roden as well as Hernandez. Graham in 6th. Maurice Chameleon there in 7th. Benjamin Bushnell there in 8th. Back off of the start-finish line here for lap 157. Wyatt Thompson there in 2nd. Rooster Roden there 3rd. Patrick Hernandez there 4th. Condorian Davis there in 5th. Graham there in 6th as they hail her off. Bushnell in 7th. Maurice Chameleon there in 8th. Down here off the corner, looking great there as they go side by side. Davis looking to see, Bushnell seeing if he can get around Graham. Working down there on the bottom side. He got around Chameleon okay. Hernandez there in 4th. Rooster Roden there 3rd. Looking at Thompson up there in 2nd. And they head here off the corner. Thompson up there off. Here comes Stanley. Everybody here works through, looking great. 160 of the 200 laps complete. Now 91 of Watchorn works down through the backstretch. And through 3 and 4. Trying to find the best action here. You're looking there at the 77 of Thompson. He's got Stanley working on the back of him. There you see Graham in that 6 machine. They work up into that outside fence. Work down here in the corner number 1 and 2. And you see the 6 there of John Graham working down there on the bottom side. Coming up off the top side down here in the corner number 1. Graham's there in 7th. Chameleon back there in 8th. Looking down there to get around the inside of a lap down machine. Wordsma. Lap 164 of the 200 on the board. As as Merrick goes on to the backstretch. Down there across the stripe. Lead driver hanging on there. And looking there at Patrick Hernandez. And work down here off of turn 1 and 2. Back out there onto the backstretch. As Merrick Watchorn brings it off of 4. Back across the stripe. Lap 165 in the books. We're now working on lap 166. Down here in the corner number 1 and 2 there. Oh, hang on to it. There comes the 5 of Davis trying to work his way around as we're on board. Whoa! Thompson getting a little bit of a help there from Stanley. Hangs on to it. Great job there by Thompson. Stanley gave him a little bit of bump and run there coming off the corner. Stanley is 3 laps down at least. No, Stanley's 21 laps down, so I don't understand why he's trying to race these leaders that hard. Now, he's 21 laps down, and he almost took out second place Wyatt Thompson. And come down here off the corner. You're looking there at Thompson sitting second place. I'm flabbergasted at the aggressiveness of Jack Stanley right now. He almost took out the second place driver of Wyatt Thompson. He's 21 laps down. He has no chance of really changing any position here. He's just pretty much out here running to complete the race at this point. But he is 21 laps down. Third, coming around here off of turn number 4. Merrick Watchorn heading off of 2. There you see Stanley coming off the top side. Down there through 3 and 4. 30 laps to go here tonight for the Midnight Lighting 150 for the Cannonball iRacing Series. These are the Xfinity cars running around Richmond Speedway here, Richmond Speedway here tonight. Up here off of turn 3, up here off to the front stretch. Watchorn now, lap 172 on the board. Thompson there in 2nd. Roden there 3rd. Davis there 4th. Hernandez in 5th. Come here off turn 4. Davis trying to keep his playoff hopes alive. He's on that cut line. This can get interesting come next week. Seeing who is in contention on keeping it and who's going to end up dropping off of it. Next week is the deciding week here in the round of 6. So at the conclusion of next week's race at Kentucky, we're going to cut the field from 6 down to 3 for the final 3 in the playoffs. So you don't want to miss next week's race, that's for sure. As playoff race, as we said, so tight here at Cannonball. Watchorn out there in front, he's your points leader. Roden, Davis, Bushnell all fighting. Same with Chameleon, he's still trying to fight for a spot. After tonight, we'll have to see how the points stack up. and see who might have a better chance over others. We have 26 laps to go. As Watchword comes out of turn number 4, it'll be 25 laps to go here at Richmond. Down there to the inside they go. Watchorn just trying to mind his time. Just make sure he's hitting his marks. Out of turn number 2 they go. Davis there in 4th. Hernandez there 5th. Bushnell there 6th. Graham there 7th. Gamillion there 8th. And they work here off of turn number 4. Back onto the front stretch. There you see Thompson up top. Stanley not that far from him. There's part of me that wonders if Thompson gets up there to Stanley, is he going to have something to say? Well, Stanley ends up getting into the outside wall. That's going to let him around. That's going to let Thompson around. But Roden, he's going to be the next one in line. 23 laps to go. Roden will get around. Okay. Next one in line is Condorian Davis. Will he get by Stanley? Like I said, Stanley is 21 laps down. Racing like it's the last lap here, trying just to make sure he can get something happened here. But here he goes. He gives way to the leader. Roden there in 3rd. Thompson there 2nd. Watchorn there in front. As Davis down there along the bottom side trying to get up there to Roden. If Davis can get up there to Roden, that'll help him out more so in the points. Now they battle here off of turn 4. Davis really hanging it out there. You see that car kind of step out just slightly. Down here into corner number 1. Out of 2, up here onto the backstretch. Trying to keep that car planted, and he ends up into the outside wall. Condorian Davis now drives it down here into corner number 3. Roden there in 3rd. Davis really pushing hard. And we have 20 laps to go. I'm trying to see if Davis is gaining on Roden. And I'm not really seeing any gain per se right now. Now there he gained some down here in the corner number 1. Now loses it. Gains it back. So David's going to try to settle in here and get that car to work for him. Thompson, he's coming in the grass of Roden. Watchorn 7 seconds in front of everybody here. There you see Roden coming there in 3rd, off of the corner. Thompson in 2nd, Watchorn there out front, coming there off of 2. You got the 96, Graham possibly going a lap down back here in corner number 4. Gamillion, I believe, is a lap down. Here off the corner. You're on board with Roden. And the corner number 3 and 4. Roden down there on the inside. Here comes Davis. Slowly gaining on him. 14 laps to go. As they head here in the corner number 1. Watchorn heading down through the backstretch. You're on board there now with Davis. As Davis heads off here. Down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Davis down there on the inside. Wurtzma up there on the top side. Lap down machine getting in the way at the moment. As Davis now is trying to get up there and works up into the outside wall a little bit as the leaders pass underneath him. And I see Davis getting right up there to the bumper. Roden, I'm sorry. Roden trying to keep Davis behind him. And we're down here out of the corner number 4, back across the stripe. Davis right there with Roden. Just waiting for Roden to make one little mistake. Davis down there, shooting down there to the bottom side. Can't quite get there. In front of them, you see Thompson, as they're both gaining on Thompson now. And they head down here into corner number 3. Roden here in 3rd. Davis in 4th. There you see Chameleon going lap down. And now he's getting caught up here in the middle of the racing action. Roden going down there to the inside, trying to get by. Along with Davis now. As they work here off the corner. Davis just trying to hang in there. 10 laps to go for Merrick Watchorn as he's out front. Chameleon stays up high, trying to give these drivers the benefit of the doubt to give them as much room as he can. Down here into corner number 1, Davis. They're looking back at the bumper of Roden. Had come out of 2. Davis had to try to keep it off the wall. Lost a little bit of momentum there. Down here into corner number 3 and 4. He's a little bit better for 3 and 4, it seems, as he heads back out onto the front stretch. He's struggling coming off. Davis is struggling coming off of 2. And they come down here out of corner number 2. There you see Davis down there on the bottom side. Can he make a better exit this time? He does so. Down here into corner number 3. You're back on board with Davis. Now we head down here into corner number 1, or turns 3 and 4. Heading back out onto the front stretch. 8 laps to go. Watchorn all by him lonesome out here on the backstretch. Having a party all to himself. Thompson trying to watch his rearview mirror. I think got Roden and Davis all over him. Thompson not a playoff driver right now. And you got 2 playoff drivers here fighting for position. Up here off the corner. Down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Down there on the bottom side. Here comes Davis. Trying to see if he can get the momentum. Off the corner. Gets much better off there. Have they head down here through the backstretch. Davis down there once again to the bottom side. Trying to push as hard as he can. Get that car gripped and that momentum high. As they head down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Roden right there in 2nd. Roden in 3rd. Thompson there in 2nd. As you see them storming on down here. Davis just a shade quicker than Roden, but Roden still hangs on to that 3rd spot. As they come here off of corner number 4, back across the stripe. 5 laps to go. Davis still not able to get the momentum he needs to get up there to Roden. Tight battle there between these 2 playoff drivers. I believe it's been a tight race for them as well. Davis and Roden, yes, they are 1 point apart coming into tonight. Davis and Roden battling it out here. If Davis can get ahead of Roden, that'll help him get up there. Roden, I think does have, I think both drivers actually have a lap lead under their belt here tonight, so they got the bonus point for that. So it's going to be tight here. It's going to be interesting to see Roden and Davis as they come off of tonight's race, how they are separated. As Davis is right there at the bumper trying to get that spot here with 3 laps to go. Down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Davis really closing in. 1/10 of a second behind Roden. Looking to the inside. Down here in the corner number 1. Can he make it bite? Can't quite get there. Roden closes the door. Down here in the corner number 1 and 2. 2 laps to go here for Roden and Davis to battle it out here for 3rd place tonight. Davis hanging on there in 3rd spot. Here he comes down in the corner number 3 and 4. He's going to give the bumper there to Roden. Let him know, hey, I'm here. I need a round. I need them points down here in the corner number 1. Davis looking to the inside. Final lap. It's now or never. Watchorn coming off of 4. He'll get the win as they head across here. Davis and Roden down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Here comes Davis right there with him. Can't quite get it done as he almost slides it. And look at that 77 skating it across the start-finish line sideways to bring it home for second place. Davis finishes there in fourth. Great race there. And they head on out of the corner. Your results going to be in here shortly. As you see, Watchorn burning it down here on the front stretch, getting that win here tonight at Richmond. Half a lap ahead of everybody else. We're looking here for Roden. Good evening, Roden. How's it going?
What's up? What's up?
Not a whole lot. While you held off Davis. That looked to be a feat in itself.
Yeah, I held him off, but he was definitely trying. He said because he liked me, that's the only reason why I stayed in front of him there. So thank him for that one there. He did give me a little shunt there coming to the white. So thank him. I want to thank him first off for racing me real clean, even though I was blocking like crazy for probably the last 15 laps.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if he was going to give the old short track bump and run.
He definitely gave it a try when we were, I believe it was 3 and 4 coming to the white. He gave me a little bump, but it wasn't enough to really move me up the track or get me loose or anything. He definitely gave it a shot. It just lucky for me and unfortunate for him, it wasn't enough to do anything with it, and I was able to stay ahead of him.
Yeah, I think he caught the wrong corner of the car. Because instead of setting you up, he sent you down.
Yeah, well, no, it actually kept me straight in the corner, so it actually helped me through the corner a little bit.
Well, I mean, you'd had a great race tonight, put on quite a show. And it's going to be interesting to see how them bonus points stack up tonight, to see how you two finish out with the points here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If my math is correct, he didn't get any bonus points. If I remember what we get bonus points for. I know I got one for leading a lap. I don't think that he got any tonight, but I could be wrong on that. I have to ask old league owner Merrick there, who won the race. Congrats to him for winning another one. Lucky SOB on that one. Nah, he's been kicking some tail this season on that one, so it's definitely still going to be close after this one.
I believe. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how next week will play out when we actually cut the field from 6 into 3.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I know I'm definitely going to be driving my heart out. It's been a long time since I've even raced for a league championship, let alone won one. So I'm definitely going to be trying to make that final 3.
Alrighty, well, we look forward to watching you as we take on Kentucky next week, if I looked at the schedule right.
Yes, sir, we do. Yes, it's going to be Kentucky. I had me a good run there in another league earlier this year, but that was in the trucks, not the Xfinity, so hopefully I can make something happen there in the Xfinity car.
Yeah, completely different ball game for sure. So you got sponsor shout-outs? Anybody you want to thank for getting that 3rd place tonight?
Yeah, thank the good Lord above. Woke me up this morning, so thank him for that one. And old Fast and Furious Paul Walker, rocking his paint scheme from Fast and Furious #1 on the Supra. So big shout out to him as well. To everybody that puts this league on, Merrick for setting everything up, putting these races on. He didn't have to do this to put up with this bunch of lackeys that we've got in here. But it's a good group of guys, good group of racing every single week. Thank everybody watching. It's been an awesome season. I'm glad that we still kicking some tail here with the entire league here coming to the end of it.
Alrighty, well, congrats again on 3rd place. We'll see how the points play out.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So that was Rooster Rowan, our third place finisher. Now we'll get with Thompson. Good evening, Thompson. How's it going?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How many races is this for you in the Cannonball series right now?
This is my first one. I joined the league right before practice went on.
Okay. Coming in to be a spoiler here during playoff season, huh?
I was trying my best. Rooster's just, that was crazy. Nah, Rooster, my bad. Merrick, he just had crazy speed. We were talking about him in that weight room. But he was just so fast. I mean, that was just crazy watching him.
Yeah, it's always interesting to watch Watchorn. He seems to always be so quick. He seems to be really smooth on the wheel, too.
He was just gone that first little bit. You know, I had fool's hope those first 20 laps. It's like, you know what, maybe he's pushing it. Maybe. I'm just hoping. And then he just keeps dropping me by a few tenths. The lap car kind of pulled me back to Rooster and Ken, so I just kind of had to do damage control. But I think everyone had a pretty solid race there. I'm happy we got that green running.
Yeah, you did a great job here tonight. And you got sponsor shout-outs. Anybody want to thank for helping you get second place here with such tough competition?
I want to thank Merrick for letting me in the league on short notice, and Ken for inviting me. I was about to just do nothing for a bit, and he invited me, so thank you to them too. Thank you for the stream. I'll go back and watch it. I'm sure it's been pretty good.
Alrighty, well, congrats again on second place tonight, and we look forward to seeing you in more Cannonball races in the future.
Alright, appreciate it, man. You have a nice night.
Alright, how about Wyatt Thompson? Now we'll get with Merrick. Good evening there, Mr. Watchorn. How's it going?
Doing good, sir. Doing good.
Well, you got yourself another win under your belt. That's going to help in playoffs for sure.
Yeah, it should help us with the points right now. That's all we're worried about, is just trying to maintain the point spread. Getting a win is just a bonus.
Well, I know the points race is tight, especially for second and third right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I haven't looked at it myself. I haven't even uploaded, so give me a second. I can actually answer that. But oh man, that was a fantastic race overall. A lot of mistakes, but a lot of stuff we can learn from it. You know, the guys are doing their best, and mistakes are going to happen. So I'm glad everyone had a good time, and you know, everyone took responsibility for certain situations during the race.
Well, that's always a plus whenever drivers will own up to the mistakes and not stay quiet about it. Nobody saw that, right?
Yeah. So a lot of good, clean racing overall. I hope it was fun to watch, at least, you know.
It definitely was fun to watch, and especially whenever we were getting down there in the final laps, watching Roden and Davis. I mean, they're so close in points, and they were so close on the racetrack tonight.
Yeah. I was hearing it in my ear while I'm like trying to focus on the car not getting wrecking loose for me. I'm like, yep, tracking it, but I was locked in those last 20 laps. Don't even think I breathed those last couple laps too. I was stressed.
That car getting pretty tight there towards the end of the run, huh?
No, I was free. I was loose. The back end was having issues late in the run for me. I actually had to adjust my brake bias during those last 20 laps just to get more grip. And coming with 5 to go, the car started to push up towards the center more than I liked, because I was liking wrapping the bottom. But the car was doing what it needed to do, and we were doing the best we could with the car. But overall, it was very, very stressful, but it's a byproduct of Richmond and being as a home track for me. We got to bring it out and put all the stops out for one of my favorite tracks of all time.
Yeah, you definitely look good out there, and I definitely can see it here in a couple of replays where it does look like you're taking a much longer arc in to try to keep that car down where you wanted it to be.
Yeah, as I figured out later in the run, the higher I was with the arc entry, the better overall for the center runoff, because the entry point was, if you had fresh tires, you can run that bottom all the way down there, and just scrub your tires. That's what I started seeing slowly as I was catching Aaron later after a quick 10-lap, 15-lap run. And I would get back in front of him and drive off. That's what Noah was doing early in the run. But it just came down to having to maintain those tires. And the less scrub I did to the front of the tires to allow me to rotate and to the rear, the better off overall for the long run. So it came down to just being smart, methodical, and smooth with my entry and exit speed.
Most definitely. And we saw a few drivers have problem with that loose race car tonight, especially coming off of 4, and a few of them there off of 2. But we've seen quite a few off of 4 get loose and end up coming down through that infield grass.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes, but hey, it's Richmond at night. You know, the track's going to be, with the new reconfiguration of this track, it's not as tight as it used to be where you were plowing every single time. The track's been reworked, redone, refixed. So people are not expecting that, and with just the hour of practice that most of the guys had, it's just a byproduct of just hard, clean racing. So with that being said, drivers had to adjust their driving. Now, even during driver's meeting, I had to tell the guys, make sure you guys are paying attention to your surroundings. The track's been redone. You're going to get loose. It doesn't matter what you try to do. And if you get loose, it's practically impossible to save because the car just preloads like crazy. So unfortunate, but it's just, you know, it's just a byproduct of this car and this track combo, really.
All right, well, congrats on getting that victory tonight. You got sponsor shout-outs. Anybody you want to thank for getting in the victory lane tonight?
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank you for, you know, showcasing us and giving us the love that we believe we deserve. I appreciate it kindly. I know a lot of you guys do. Give a shout out to Twiggy, QSA, the Watford Motorsports team. My guys and I were working on a plan out on how we were going to be up front and did our best to stay up front. Unfortunate that James and Jack went a lot down and had their misfortunes, but hey, 2 of them are going to do better next year. We're going to get them all squared away and punch out for a win next year for them. Give a shout out to, of course, the league and everyone who comes out. Again, if you guys are interested in racing with us, please go to Adam description. He has all the Discords for all the different leagues he puts out, including our own guys. We're open. We're a fixed setup league. We race Friday nights, just like you see in the race, and good group of guys. So I applaud y'all to come out and race with us and be part of the group. More the merrier. We just ask y'all not to be stupid and to have fun and be part of it. And besides that, give a shout out to my loved ones, my family, my girlfriend, and yeah, let's keep punching and let's try to get this championship locked up.
Alrighty, well, congrats there again on getting that victory. And we'll see what Legacy Kentucky has next week for you.
So I forgot to update it because of the scheduling. It will not be the Legacy 2011 Kentucky. It will be the new version of Kentucky that we left in 2019. The setup for the Legacy is body amount and it fails tech, so we had to switch the track. I just forgot to update it, but it will be in the announcements for everything else on that.
Okay, so we are still at Kentucky, just not the Legacy track.
Not the Legacy version, the 2011 one. It's the last updated version, the last one we went to. So it's going to be somewhat what Charlotte is, but more wide open.
Okay. Well, we look forward to seeing the race.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we'll get the same amount of group, if not more.
Alrighty.
18 is what we're shooting for, so let's keep it up.
Alrighty, well, we look great out there and can't wait to see. You have yourself a great night there, Merrick.
You too, Adam. Thank you.
So that was Mr. Watchorn getting a win here tonight in that Twiggy-sponsored number 91. And just to reiterate what he said, if you're interested in joining Cannonball iRacing Series, there is a link in the description. Along with all the other races you might see here on Fleeger Farm TV, there are links in the description on how you can get in contact with these leagues. Once again, thank you all for watching. And before we go here, another thing I want to just mention real fast is we're still trying to put on our race to Stop Suicide 250. It's 100 laps at Daytona in the NASCAR trucks, broadcasted by us here at Fleeger Farm TV with live race control. We got $5 an entry that will be going to the National Alliance for Mental Illness, so otherwise known as NAMI. So if you can give us, so if you would like to get into that, please be sure to scan that. Just let us know. We'll get you in contact. Otherwise, you can find links on Facebook. Race to Stop Suicide 250 with the WCXR Racing Association. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later.
Say how I feel, to know I let you down. 'Cause late nights turn to days, don't wanna let you down. With each breath we give away, it'll never be the same.